Hello guys, welcome to the channel Talking with Jace Brown. Today's video I'm giving you a ranking of all the movies, the shark movies which we reviewed in Shark Week. There was also another movie which I didn't review, which I'm going to give a sort of summary and a rating in this video and also include it in this ranking to top it up to 8 movies in total. Yes, I've missed out some other movies. There's going to be like Sharknadoes and obviously the octopus sharks and ghost sharks and stuff like that. All these crazy ones which I'm not a big fan of, I've left out, but hopefully you guys enjoy this ranking. Don't forget to leave yours down below in that comment section, of course. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Kicking it off at number 8, we have 47 Meters Down. Now, I gave this a rating of 5 out of 10, a bad movie rating for me. This possibly could be the lowest rated movie on my channel right now. I'm not too sure. I think there may be one movie which is just above this. Yeah, this movie was just a bad movie for me. I just didn't like this movie. I think this movie had so much potential in what it could have done, and I just felt like the way they handled it was wrong. Like, if you read the storyline of the movie, it sounds great. It really brings you in, and the cinematography, all the technical side of the movie is great as well. But really, what happens is, as soon as they hit the ground in that cage in their trap down there, everything just goes downhill for me. And the way they executed the ending, it was just really bad. I just wish they would have done so much better and handled this better, because this would have been a great movie, especially with Mandy Moore in it. I feel like this could have been a really good blockbuster. Coming in at number 7 is the new entry, the movie which I didn't review, called Bait. Now, Bait is on Netflix at the moment. I just decided to watch it a couple of days ago, and I sort of wanted to give you my rating and my thoughts, obviously, in this video, because obviously I didn't review it. I got requested it by a fellow YouTuber. He said check it out, but for me, this movie just... it was better than 47 Meters Down, but it still felt like a cheesy sort of shark movie, which is fun at times, but really bad at the same time. It had terrible dramatic acting. It felt like they was overreacting with everything. It was a terrible script. It had some good entertaining story about it, which was quite good. A great cast as well. I noticed some actors in there. I was like, actually, that's quite good. Some great shark moments, of course, but the CGI on the sharks really let me down in this movie. It's just reminded me of like a Sharknado type movie. I just found it a fun movie, but a bad movie. I'm giving it a rating of a 5.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 6, it is Open Water. Now, I gave this a 6.5, borderline good movie, because there was some potential with this movie. It was a true story. They really had a small budget, and they really tried to make a movie which was obviously based on the true story. And the thing which this lacked was, it just weren't rememberable enough. They didn't really do nothing special. Really, the only thing special about this movie I found was, obviously, it felt like a survival, psychological drama type movie. And the way they handled the movie in terms of the two main actors, which really stole the movie, stole the show really, and also the fact that they really had a small budget and used it quite wisely. I feel like if they'd have had a bigger budget and more time in the movie, I feel like they could have done a lot better and really made this a great movie. But really, the pace of the movie is really slow, and when they're in the water, nothing's really happening. It's all very slow, and my interest throughout the movie was always on and off, because there was something happening. I was like, okay, what's going to happen? And then just nothing happened. It just felt really gutting, really, because this movie could be up there in the top 5 for sure. Coming in at number 5, this got a 7 out of 10 from me, and this is The Meg. Now, The Meg is one of them big blockbuster movies. Obviously, it came out a couple of years ago in 2018. Obviously, it's got Jason Statham in it. It's got a big cast with Ruby Rose in it. It's just got everything you'd expect it to be when it comes to an action movie. Not a shark movie, but an action movie. Now, everything in this movie, there was some great moments, of course. Technically, it was great because it came out in 2008, and you got so much better stuff now. You got obviously the Megalodon, which looks great. It's massive, one of the biggest sharks ever, of course. And the sci-fi side of it was quite good, and you get some good humour out of it. But really, if it had a romance between Jason Statham and a woman, which was false on us, it felt like most of the script was really cringy throughout. Some of the humour didn't land. This movie should have been a rated R. That's the main thing for me, because this movie with a rated R rating would definitely have boosted this up, maybe even to top 3 shark movies, because this had the potential to be something so special, and at the last minute they changed it from being a higher rating and they took it down to that sort of, I think it was a 12A rating. Coming in at number 4 on my list, this got a 6.8 out of 10, lower than the Meg, but I've given this the little bit of the benefit of the doubt, and this is The Reef. Now, actually watching this, I base my ratings not just on the ratings I give movies, but how I enjoyed them when I was watching them. Now, The Meg I've seen a couple of times now, and it is a great action movie, but looking at it as a shark movie, it's not as good as a shark movie as The Reef. I feel that The Reef can offer so much. I felt like some of the things in The Reef were quite annoying though, when it comes to repetition in certain situations, where people floating on boards, losing their boards, and using the reef to stand on. The shark attacks were very similar. The pacing of the movie was really slow. The ending of the movie, that was the main thing for me. It was really bad. It really was. The way they handled it, the main survivor, I didn't agree with it. But the tension building was the main thing. The way you couldn't see anything. Technically, again, the movie's great. A lot of POV shots, which really made this movie iconic in what it does. But in general, I felt like the plot was very simple as well, easy to follow, and they didn't need a lot of character building at the whole movie to make me care about the characters on the screen. So overall, this movie does a lot of the things that some of the other movies lower down doesn't do. I just wish they would have done a little bit more in terms of less repetition, more going out there and trying different stuff, and that would have made this movie definitely a lot better. Coming in at number 3, we have Deep Blue Sea. Now, Deep Blue Sea is that fun, cheesy, entertaining shark movie which you go to when you want to watch that type of shark movie. Now, this definitely is the standout for them fun, cheesy type movies. So, this have to be in that top 3, of course. And coming in at number 3, of course, I gave this a 7 out of 10, the same as the Meg. And they're sort of similar in a way, but the Meg is more action. But the way the Meg handled their cast in terms of their characters was a lot worse, in my opinion, than what these did. Even though some of the cast sucked in this, but you could sort of pick and choose which characters you liked in this movie. CGI on some of the sharks was a bit meh at times, but then again, most of the other times, for that time period, it was quite good. The main bad thing for this, though, really was the script. The script and the dialogue was really cheesy, and you've got actors like Samuel Jackson, Stellan Skarsgård, Thomas Jane, even LL Cool J, the standout star of the movie for me. Absolutely excellent throughout this movie. And you've got a great director in this movie as well. He done a great job in pushing his ideas and everything in this movie. And the tone of the movie was great throughout as well. Compared to most of the other movies down below, the tone of the movie was one of the key things about this movie, which put this at number 3 in my list. I really did enjoy it. And I like the fact they used a range of sharks because there was tiger sharks in it as well. So overall, this is a lot more unique than the ones below in its own way. Coming in at number 2, guys, is The Shallows. Now, The Shallows is a great shark movie. It's got a couple little nitpicky things wrong with it when it comes to the logic of certain things, when it comes to the seagull sitting on the rock, sometimes even the logic of the surfers, or sometimes even the guy at the end who helps her try and get her back to life, sort of, pretty much. There's some logic things with this movie and some information missed out, but overall this is a great shark movie, the closest movie in my opinion to Jaws in every way possible, because what this offers is a great actor in Blake Lively doing a great job with the character, who's smart, going against this shark who's just completely intelligent and just wants her for munch, pretty much, don't they? The shark pretty wants her for munch. So, and this shark is super intelligent. The way they show the shark's intelligence, just circling around her, she's got no way out possible. And I love that sort of thought of there's no way out, and you've got to really put yourself out there to survive. And not only that, you just get some great scenes throughout this movie. The way they testing each other is like protagonist and antagonist just going at it. It was just great. I really did enjoy this movie as a whole, apart from them little nitpicky things that could have definitely made this higher than an 8 out of 10. With this movie as well, you get some really great technical side of things. The cinematography, even though you're stuck in one part throughout the majority of the movie, you've still got stuff to look at. Whereas the ocean looks beautiful, the sand and the beach, all the hills, and it just looks great, as well as obviously the water side of things, obviously with the shark. You've got so much to look at. The visuals are great, the location is great as mentioned, so everything just looks great. Coming in at number 1 spot, would you ever doubt it? It was Jaws, of course. Jaws is the best shark movie ever. It has the best soundtrack, obviously, out there as well. It's one of the most memorable soundtracks in movie history. And this movie can compete with other movies outside the shark movies. So could The Shallows in a way, but this more likely would even sometimes win because of what it has. It has great character depth. You've got 3 main characters in this movie throughout the movie, and the way they communicate with each other, the way their personalities are brought out onto the screen, and they're 3 total different people you wouldn't expect to even get along, but the way they do it, it's just great. And you get some really good shark moments, obviously, and the way the shark was used as well. It wasn't used throughout the whole movie to sell the movie. Throughout the first, I think, 30 or 40 minutes, the shark wasn't even used. They was using things to suggest, get your mind thinking, okay, that's going to be the shark, when it's not. It gets you concentrating. The way the director, Steven Spielberg, comes out in his second movie and produces a masterpiece like this, it's just great. And then when the shark does show up, they're trying not to give away that it's obviously some sort of robotic sort of thing. So the way they use it is just great. And even the deaths that you see in this movie are great. The storyline's great, and just everything comes together in this movie. I couldn't find nothing bad about this movie. It is an instant classic, and that is why it's the best shark movie of all time. So guys, that is the end of the ranking video. I ranked all the shark movies. Hope you guys have enjoyed Shark Week. Let me know in the comment section down below if you did. And don't forget to let me know your rankings down there as well. I'd love to hear what you rank all these movies that I've ranked today, of course. And if you enjoyed the video, simply smash the thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed this journey and enjoyed all this Shark Week and enjoyed this video as well, of course. And it also gets the video around for everyone else to enjoy and see as well, which is great. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much more. You ain't gonna want to miss the stuff coming up on the channel, of course, as well as the stuff already on the channel. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time, guys, on Talking with Jay Springer.